The clock has just struck 3 in the morning, the hour when the veil between our world and the next is at its thinnest. The house is silent, draped in a heavy, oppressive stillness that seems to swallow every sound. You lie awake, staring at the ceiling, listening to the rhythmic creaking of the old floorboards settling. There is a weight in the air, a sense of being watched from the shadows. Finally, the silence is broken by a faint, distant sound, a single drop of water hitting a ceramic surface. Drip, drip, drip.
You try to ignore it, but the sound persists, echoing through the empty hallway. It is coming from the bathroom at the end of the corridor. Reluctantly, you swing your feet off the bed, the cold air biting at your skin. Your footsteps are hushed as you move toward the door. Every shadow seems to dance and shift in the corner of your eye, as if the darkness itself is alive. You reach for the handle, your palms sweating against the cold metal. You tell yourself it is just a leak, nothing more than a minor annoyance.
The door creaks open with a high-pitched moan that sets your teeth on edge. The bathroom is bathed in the sickly green light of a dying fluorescent bulb. The air inside is colder than the rest of the house, a freezing draft that smells faintly of damp earth and old, stagnant water. You look at the sink, where a single droplet hangs from the faucet before falling into the basin. But as you watch, you realize the water isn't clear. It is a dark, murky brown, like silt stirred from the bottom of a grave. A sudden shiver runs down your spine, not from the cold, but from a sudden visceral instinct that you are no longer alone. You reach for the light switch, but as your fingers click it, the bulb flickers and dies completely, plunging you into absolute darkness. In the silence that follows, you hear something that makes your blood run cold. It is a soft, rhythmic thumping sound. Thump, thump, thump. It sounds like something heavy, wrapped in thick fabric, hopping slowly against the tiled floor. It is coming from behind the shower curtain. Your breath hitches in your throat. You want to run, but your legs feel like lead, rooted to the spot by a primal fear. The smell in the room intensifies, a cloying, sweet rot that fills your lungs and makes you gag. Slowly, ever so slowly, you reach out toward the shower curtain. Your hand trembles violently as you grip the plastic. You pull it back, expecting to see a void, but instead, you see a flash of white, a pale, stained cloth, tied tightly at the top like the end of a sack. It is standing in the corner of the tub. It is a Pocong, the soul of a deceased person trapped in its burial shroud, unable to find peace. It stands perfectly still, its height towering over you in the small room. The fabric is caked in dried mud and grave soil, yellowed by time and decay. You stare at the knots, the ties that were supposed to be released before burial, but were forgotten. Because they remain, the spirit is downed to the earth, cursed to wander the night in the very clothes it was buried in. It does not breathe, yet you can feel its presence pressing against you. You back away, your heart hammering against your ribs like a trapped bird. Your heel catches on the rug and you stumble against the sink. The Pocong does not move its limbs, for it cannot. Instead, it begins to tilt. Its entire body leans forward with a stiff, unnatural rigidity. The head, or where the head should be, rolls slowly to the side, revealing a face through a gap in the shroud. The skin is a bruised purple, stretched thin over bone, and the eyes are nothing but hollow black pits that seem to drain the very light from the room. guttural moan escapes from the creature's throat, a sound of eternal suffering and hunger. It begins to move, not by walking, but by hopping with heavy, bone-jarring thud. Each time it hits the floor, the entire bathroom seems to shake. You scramble toward the door, but it slams shut before you can reach it. The lock clicks with a finality that sends a jolt of pure panic through your soul. You are trapped in this small, dark box with a creature that should have been buried long ago. The smell of the grave is now overwhelming.
The Pocong is now just inches away from you. You can see the individual threads of the shroud, the maggots crawling through the decaying fabric, and the sheer coldness radiating from its form. It leans in closer, its face mere centimeters from yours. The air it exhales is like a blast of winter, smelling of death and forgotten prayers. It opens its mouth, a jagged hole in its face, and whispers a name. Your name. It is not a voice of flesh and blood, but a rasping sound like dry leaves skipping across a tombstone.
In that moment, you realize the truth. It didn't come for the bathroom, or the water, or the silence. It came for you. It needs someone to untie the knots, but it also needs a soul to take its place in the cold, dark earth. You feel your strength fading, your vision blurring, as the gold seeps into your bones. The room begins to spin, the green tiles melting into the darkness. You try to scream, but no sound comes out. Your voice has been stolen by the shroud, buried beneath layers of ancient, cursed fabric.
Just as the darkness is about to take you completely, the sun begins to peek through the small bathroom window. The first ray of light touches the white shroud, and with a horrific screeching sound, the figure begins to dissolve into a thick black mist. The pressure on your chest vanishes, and the air suddenly turns warm again. You slump to the floor, gasping for air, your lungs burning as you pull in the sweet scent of the morning. The bathroom is empty. The sink is dry. The shower curtain is closed, exactly as it was before.
You stand up, your legs shaking, and flee the room, never looking back. But as you glance at the hallway mirror on your way out, you stop dead. Around your neck, where the cold hand of the spirit once touched, are faint, bruised marks, the unmistakable shape of a knotted rope. It is a reminder that some things never truly stay buried. Thank you for listening to this tale of terror. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Sleep well, if you can.